name is Janco. I'm a VP of engineering at VALR. VALR is a cryptocurrency exchange. And just to give you a quick overview of what we do, we are the largest crypto exchange in Africa by trading volume. We're the largest global Bitcoin South African rands market, at least measured over the past year in the world. We've recently obtained an FSCA license to operate as a CASP, crypto asset service provider, which is, if you're in the fintech industry, that might mean something to you and might be interesting to you to take note of. We are expanding globally as well. So we did start in South Africa around 6 years ago. We're by no means only a South African company. We are operating in a number of countries around the world in different jurisdictions, and have ambitions to become one of the top crypto exchanges worldwide. So that's who VALR is. Now, what is a crypto operating system? Well, this was a term coined actually by one of our clients that told us, we see you as a crypto operating system. They are building comprehensive products on our platform. And this is how they see us. And so I thought, well, that sounds cool. I'm going to use that. Thank you very much. Right. So what is a crypto operating system? Well, to answer that question, we actually need to look at a few things first. So, what is the state of crypto adoption globally? We're seeing a growth in interest from the traditional finance space. So banks and other traditional financial institutions are at least starting to speak to crypto institutions. They're looking to offer some crypto products to their existing customers. The US, if you've been following the news, have recently approved the Bitcoin ETFs. And why that's significant is that it opens up Bitcoin investment to a whole new market of more traditional investors. The sort of high-touch, low-tech type of people that want to phone their broker and say, "Get me some of those bitcoins." It's easy now for them to have access to this kind of thing. Yeah. We are seeing in other places around the world same sort of thing happening. Hong Kong recently getting into Bitcoin ETF approvals, etc. And generally speaking, more fiat and crypto integration worldwide. So the old sort of traditional finance and the new crypto world, figuring out how do we play this game together. So that's the sort of state of things. Now, I'm assuming that maybe you're interested today because you're looking at building something yourself, either as part of where you're currently at, the company or business that you're part of. Maybe you want to provide crypto services to your customers. Maybe you want to build brand new crypto products. Not quite sure where to start. Maybe overwhelmed by all of the technology out there and, what do you do yourself? What don't you do yourself? Or maybe, as I know for a fact some of you are just engineers and tinkerers, like to play with stuff. And you're interested, like, how can I benefit from this myself? What can I do with this? In any of those three cases, these are some of the things that you'll need to contend with. Right? So you need to solve the problems of custody. And what does that mean? That means, like, how do we keep crypto funds secure? Like, how do you manage your wallet addresses? How do you make sure that stuff doesn't get hacked? How do you integrate with a number of different blockchains? So for every crypto asset involved or that you're interested in working with, there's a potential different blockchain involved. And there's work involved in integrating with that blockchain. Got a few of the VALR team around, and some of them work actively in the space, and they'll tell you this is no small feat. It takes a lot of hard work, and it takes a lot of money actually to run some of the stuff. Depending on what kind of opportunity you're looking at exploring, you need to have access to good liquidity. Right? So you want to know that if you're trading or exchanging one asset for another, you're getting a fair price for it. right? You're not getting screwed on the other side or that kind of thing. You need good account management. If you're offering something to your customers, like how do you make sure that those things are segregated? How do you make sure security is good around it? Like all of those things you've got to think about. It very quickly becomes really complex. And so you could do all of these things yourself, or, and then this is where the crypto operating system comes into play, you could make use of an existing platform. Today, we're going to look at the VALR platform and basically what the API provides, and we're not going to go in depth because we just don't have enough time. Going to do a bit of a broad survey, and hopefully what you'll walk out of today with is just knowing how to get started. Like, how do I push the first button to actually make it do stuff? That's all you need. And from there on, you're off to the races. Right. So let's take a look at some of what we can do. Just a quick note before we get into it. The first thing you want to do is figure out how to get API keys. I'm not going to demo that because it is sensitive information, and we are going to be working with real money today. So I won't actually show that, but I've gone to the next best thing, which is screenshots. So this is sort of what it looks like. If you're a VALR customer, regardless whether you're an institution or an individual, if you're a VALR customer right now, you can literally go to our website now and do all of what I'm going to show you. So this is the first step in generating an API key. So you'd head on over to your account, get your API keys, and you issue yourself an API key, and you basically decide, well, which kind of access do I want to grant this key? And you may want to use different keys for different purposes, for segregation and security purposes, right? That's the first step. Second step is you'll get an email asking you to verify. You'll need to do your 2FA on that to make sure that you get what you need. And it'll give you the API key and secret. Please store those securely. Don't copy it onto a text file on your computer. Don't store it anywhere else other than a good secrets manager of sorts. And that's where you need to be to actually get to this point. Fantastic. Cool. I am going to quickly show you just what... stop doing that, please. This is the VALR website. So this is the account that we're going to be using today. Right now, I am on the main account, and we'll get into what the different account stuff means in a minute. And you'll see that there is basically not much going on here at the moment. But this is the account for which I have the API keys. And the first thing you may want to do is you may want to know, well, how much money do I have in my account? Just going to be using Python today. It's a great prototyping language, just quick to get around. So first things first, this is basically where we're going to be writing some code today. A couple of bits of information that you need. So you need to know what the base API URI is. You need to have access to your API key and secret that you've generated. I have stored these in just the macOS keychain manager, and then I'm starting this code through a shell script that will just load it into environment variables that I'm reading at this point. So nothing to worry about there, nothing fancy going on. Then got this simple little class called VALR request, which is really straightforward and not too much code going on here. The most important thing that this is doing is just giving you the ability to sign your requests. So again, using your key and your secret, those bits of information, prove that you are you, helps to keep you safe, all of that stuff. No one else is going to get access to your stuff if you keep those secure. And basically what we need to do is on every HTTP request that we make, we need to sign that request to match the actual body and the request that we're making. So that's all that's going on here. Not terribly complicated. If you are interested, we will make the code available for this. But that's basically it. So the request method here is the interesting bit, or maybe not even. That just basically just converts your Python body if you're doing a post into JSON, and building the auth headers in which you need to provide your signed request or signature, and make the request. And that's basically all that's going on in this class. So going to ignore that for the rest of the session. If you are interested, feel free to have a chat afterwards, and we can dig into that. Right, so first things first. I want to see what my balance is. So what I am going to do is just create. You'll have to excuse me. It's really odd typing on an angled platform at the moment. So if I do make typing mistakes, that's what I blame. It's not because I'm bad at typing. Wink, wink. We'll just create a new method called, you see, it's already happening. Get balance. And what it's going to do is I am just going to say, well, using that class we just looked at, I'm going to make a request to the specific endpoint that will give me those balances. So at this point, I just want to quickly refer you to our API documentation. Docs.valor.com is your starting point for all of this stuff. Gives you everything you need to know to get started. I can head on over here to the balances endpoint, and it shows me, oh, this is what you need to hit in order to get balances. I have just done a quick bit of a cheat sheet here just to make things easy to quickly get at. So I'm going to be just pulling the bits and pieces from there. So my balances endpoint, I'm going to put in there. This is a GET request. I have no body for this GET request. That's all I need. And I just want to print out the result. As I mentioned, got just a nifty demo script that starts up this whole thing. Whoops, that did not go as planned. Why? Because it's late in the day, and you should never code when you're tired. So I actually need to call this thing. Good. Let's try that again. Demo gods, just this is exactly how it goes. What am I doing wrong? Okay, it's at this point that if you were smart about things, line 9 exactly needs to be awaited. Thank you so much for whoever that smart person was. Who said that? Thank you so much. Well, okay. Well, let's just see if it works first, right? So that looks like something, not very readable. So I'm just going to run it with a different script that just, whoops, it is, whoa, where did that come from? Okay. I am going to run it with a different script that just formats it nicely. And hey, look at that. That looks like something. What this is a list of all of my balances on my account. And I can see it for each and every currency that's available on the VALR platform. I'm not going to go through the whole list. There's a lot, and there's a lot of information there, and might be interesting to you. Okay, well, that's great, and slightly boring, potentially. So why don't we do something a bit more interesting? How about we try and place an order? So I'm going to say, let's call it place market order, and basically doing the same bit of code there, except this time around, I need to hit the endpoint for market orders. There we go. This is a post request. Obviously, this does have a body, which basically looks like that. Okay. Let's just neaten that up a little bit. I guess you guys can see that. Cool. So this is just saying, I want to buy 20 rands worth of Solana. Actually, let's change this. I'm going to make it 100 rands worth of Bitcoin. Ooh. Using rands. So these are what is called currency pairs or markets in some places, or order books even. It's basically how you exchange one asset for another, right? So, and there's a number of those on the VALR platform. Cool. I am going to buy 100 rands worth of Bitcoin, and let's just see what the result is as well. We'll not make the same mistake this time around. And you're awaiting place market order. Cool. Let's run that. Oh, by the way, everything you see here today, real money. This is not test environments or any sort of dev environments or anything like this. This is actually the live VALR platform. So I thought that was cool. Cool. Run that. Hey, look at that. I got an order ID. Okay, well, how do I know what that means? I can actually query that. So I can go, let's go get order status. And I will get my result again, which is awaiting VALR dot request. I have my cheat sheet handy. This is the endpoint for order statuses. Cool. I need to do a GET request. Nobody again. This needs to be the actual order ID. So at this point, I'm just going to engage in some really terrible coding practices and hard code stuff around. But you get the point. The pair here was BTC ZAR, and the order ID was what we got in our output. I'm going to copy that, stick it in there, and let's print out our result. See what we get. Thanks. It's going worse and better. Not that one. Let's try that one. Oops. Okay. Well, I can see that my order failed. And it tells me, oh, well, dumb person. You have insufficient balance, because as we saw earlier, on our live account, there is nothing in there. Oh, and there's a nifty little pop-up there basically telling me the same message while I'm logged into the website. Right, so how do we fix that? What I'd like to show you is that we support what's called sub-accounts on VALR. So you can have more than one account, so you'll always have your main account, but you also have, this is what I'm looking for, apologies. You also have sub-accounts which sit under that main account, and you can use that for whatever purpose you want. There are no restrictions on how many sub-accounts you can create. If anyone from the team here would like to correct me, please at any point do so. 2,000. Thank you, Ozzy. Appreciate it. Right. 2,000 sub-accounts. What you'd want to do with that, if you're an individual, I'm not quite sure, but you can do it. And you can use that for different purposes. You can choose to segregate your funds for different reasons. You can choose to, if you're writing trading bots, you can use different strategies and different sub-accounts, all of that kind of stuff. If you're an institution, you might even use those different sub-accounts to represent a sub-account per customer that you might have for your business. Right. I have something called the funding account here, which has got some money in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to transfer some from this funding account into the main account. I'm going to transfer ZAR, it's all that's there. I'm going to transfer 100 Rand into the main account. That's done. You'll see that there's now 100 Rand in the main account. Let's try placing the order again. Keep everything exactly as is. Run this again. Again, I get an order ID output, which I am just going to stick in here. Don't want to place another order, but just check the order status. We do that again. And it tells me that the order was filled. And so if I go into the website, I go to my wallets, I can see that actually I have almost 100 Rands worth of Bitcoin now. The reason you're not seeing exactly 100 Rand, two reasons. One is fees. So fees are being charged for the transaction or for the order. Second reason, if the price moves, and the price can move quite quickly. So we might come back tomorrow and see that this is 109 Rand even. So. All right. So that's actually wanted to show you guys how to transfer using the API. I missed an opportunity there. So, but believe me when I say that there's an endpoint on the API that allows you to transfer between sub accounts as well. All right, we checked. We placed orders and we did an order status, and that's it. Cool. Now let's move on to something even more exciting. So, if you do any sort of trading, you would be familiar with order books and what happens on an order book. So this right now is the live Bitcoin ZAR order book. You'll see that things are moving pretty quickly. So those are all the sellers on the top. Those are all the buyers on the bottom. And when these things connect in the middle are when orders actually match and are filled. Right. How about I wanted access to the information that you're seeing real time here in my code? Let's do that. I will refer you at this point to our API documentation again. Scroll down to WebSocket API. So VALR provides a comprehensive WebSocket API for high-frequency streaming of information. A bunch of stuff that you can get through there. You can get order book information. You get real-time information about what's happening on your account. When orders are placed, I'm seeing some eyebrows raised there. What am I doing wrong? Zoom a bit. Oh, okay. People can read the docs on their own time. It's fine, but thanks. I'm sure they're not that interested in reading it now. Thanks. Right, so how would I do that? You might have spotted, if you had a keen eye earlier, in this bit here, that there was an extra bit at the bottom there that just connects to WebSockets. Basically the same mechanism as making HTTP requests, just a different URL or protocol, and the path there is the WS path. And we support two different types of WebSockets. There's trade and there's account. One, very obvious, gives you information about what's happening on the account. The other one is what's happening in terms of trading and activity on the order books. Right. So what we are going to do is let's see if we can get real-time information from order books. What I need to do is consult the cheat sheet, of course. Okay. First thing you need to do is to send a subscribe message. So that is what we will do. So we have our VALR request again. So we need, apologies. We need to connect the WebSocket. So is it async with or with async? It's late in the day. That seems to not be it. I think it's this. Okay. And then, that's what I'm missing. That needs to be a that. And, there's another. Aha. I need to specify trade WebSocket is the one that I want to connect to. Yes. Then I need to send a subscription message, which at this point I just need to convert to to JSON from thumb string? Yes. From my subscription message, which was not that. It was indeed this one. And we will put that in there. And that should do that. Okay, so at this point, I should, messed up some stuff badly here. My apologies. Line 34. I am indeed missing that. Thank you so much. Yes, it's great to have coders in the audience. Fix up this again. There we go. Python is finicky. So we should be subscribed to the WebSockets now. And we basically just need to see what's coming back over it. So I'll just do a forever loop here. That is going to say, get me the next message from it. I think this needs to be awaited as well. And then just print it out. Let's do over there. Okay. I'm not going to run the nicely formatted output because that's not going to work. Holding thumbs, apparently not authenticated. Oh, it is authenticated. My apologies. No, it is authenticated. Never awaited. I am definitely not doing that correctly. I need to await probably this one. That is the exact same information that you were seeing on the website earlier. So this is the top 40 order book. It just gives you the top 40 bids and asks. You can make real-time decisions based off of this data. It's as close to real-time as you can get, as much as we provided. Just as much to the website, the app, anything else. Cool. We have about 5 minutes left, and I just want to leave a little bit of space for questions. There's a lot more that I can show you. We haven't done on-chain withdrawals. That was an option. The problem is that sometimes it takes a bit of time, so we wouldn't have seen the effects of that potentially before we ran out of time. But all of that's possible if we have a quick look through the API, and I will zoom in this time. If I can remember how. There we go. Just to give you a quick idea, all of the things that you could be doing. I'm not going to read out everything, but hopefully you'll see that this is quite comprehensive. Neil would like me to say, I'm sure, all of this, there's a nifty button in the top right-hand corner that'll clone all of this to your Postman, and you can play around there with it. You could literally, almost literally, before anyone takes me out on this one, you could build a complete replica of VALR purely using the API. Pretty much everything that you see and can interact with on the website or in the app, you could pretty much build using the API. Okay. There are customers using this, as I mentioned earlier, to provide crypto services to their own customers, access to crypto products, building brand new crypto products without needing to know the intricacies of different blockchains, how you integrate with them. How do you monitor these things? How do you operate them? The cost of doing all of that. All of that available on the API for free, essentially. The only cost incurred is for trading and trading fees. Essentially, this is the entire summary. There's so much that you don't need to do yourself. And that's what a crypto operating system is. I should mention, VALR has just launched the biggest crypto trading competition the world has ever seen. Over the next 12 months, giving away up to $60 million worth of prize money to high volume traders on the platform. And every single person here today is eligible, except the VALR people, to participate. So if you write your trading bots, if you provide access to customers that results in trading on the platform, you could share in the prize pool. Some resources, API docs, as you've seen, quite comprehensive. We have our support team, which is quite amazing. Happy to provide any answers that you can't find online or in the docs. There's a Telegram group that is official. So if you want to engage there, that's one way to do it. And that's it. Any questions?
So maybe just from my side, what is the fees? Is it percentage based? Is it
Yeah.
For the tradings?
Trading fees are percentage based, and it's different between different trading pairs, depending on whether it's fiat to crypto, crypto to crypto, or even some USD stablecoins. Then withdrawal fees, correct me if I'm wrong, is it's always a fixed amount for most of the networks if you're doing crypto withdrawals, not percentage based, right? Yes, and varies with the network fees as well. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, sir.
You mentioned that this whole demonstration was a live environment. Is there a playground environment there before you spend money?
Not at this stage. Not available. What we advise people to do is that it's actually quite possible to do really small amounts of trading. So you could trade for as little as 10 Rand. And swapping one asset for another with 10 Rand, you don't lose that much in trading fees. And especially if you look at some of the USD stable coins, and it's quite cheap. So it's a nice and easy way to just get a sense of playing around with things, and it doesn't actually cost you all that much. Yeah.
For your web with the live trading pairs, I know normally when you have that sort of real-time data, you normally charge for API calls, but you mentioned that it's totally free. Is that also no matter how much you do?
Yeah. Yeah. So on the WebSocket feeds, you will get that data at the rate at which we provide it, and that's the same for everyone, regardless of who you are on the platform. When placing, when making post calls and doing trading and that kind of thing, there are rate limits involved. But again, those are the same across for everyone. Yeah.
I just had a quick look on our support page. So spot trading fees, that's order books like Bitcoin against rands. We charge 0.10%. That's 10 basis points. On our perpetual futures, it's 0.04, 4 basis points. Some of the lowest fees you'll find anywhere. And that does not depend on your volume. So it's not a sliding scale. It's flat rate.
Great.
Right.
You can do an EFT, bank EFT, into a bank account using a correct reference, or you can do credit card payments straight to the account. Any other ways that I've missed?
It would be cool if you can show us the banking integration.
I can do that quick. I just want to take the question there. Thanks.
So I can read through that document. Do you have an API that for a transaction, I'll be able to check what the fee is?
Yes. So you can check what the trading fees are. There's an API call for that. And you can also check what the network withdrawal fees are. So should you choose to send your Bitcoin, you want to make sure you're not sending at a time when the fees are really high. You can check that. There's another question. Yes.
Do you guys look at making an SDK instead of the API directly?
Contentious, controversial issue. Yeah. Let's have a chat about that afterwards. Cool. The short answer is no right now. I don't want to keep anyone longer than is necessary. I know time's up. End of a really long day. You want to go social and have a chat. If you are interested in learning more, feel free to chat to me afterwards. You can reach out to me directly as well. Very happy to chat about anything and everything. Cool. Thank you very much.